Hello, Teacher Allen. Hello, classmates. My name is Edgar Dorantes, and I'm going to present my video, which is the assignment number 8 for the subject of teaching English through translation of this master degree in English teaching of Universidad IEXPRO. Welcome. I'm going to have a PowerPoint presentation for you, and to do this, I'm going to turn my camera for a moment to help my equipment with the requirements of it. Okay, very good. Here we go. First, I prepared a series of techniques or activities that we can use in the classroom for translating. You need to select a text, sentences, lyrics of a song, etc. in a printed page like this. Then scrap the lines and give one to each student. After that, ask them to translate their lines to Spanish and write them on the board or in their notebooks. Compare outcomes and see if there is coherence in language 1, Spanish. Ask your students how they feel after the activity. At the end, you can ask them to make further adequations and even use a dictionary to check register and coherence. The second translation activity can be also used as a warm-up in the classroom. The following activity can be used as a game, and you can prepare it for basic or even advanced levels. Elaborate cards or slides in a PowerPoint presentation at basic English words, such as apple, dog, hat, etc. Then provide other more complex, such as broom, drill, stapler, ashtray, binder, etc. Make the teams and ask them to raise hands if they know the answer. Ask your students to say the English word, then the Spanish translation of the word. Take note of the scores. If they give up in certain meaning, provide the English word, but have them elaborate the written sentence or a spoken example so it becomes significant for them. And here's some examples. Ready? Apple, manzana. Try this one. Lemon, limón. Very good. Too easy, right? Let's try this one. What is this? Stapler remover, sacagrapas. And a harder one. What is this object? Very good. That's a steering wheel, volante. And maybe one last. What can we see in the picture? That's a door handle, manija or picaporte. I hope that you have liked the activity. Now let's continue with the presentation. What I learned during this subject about archaic prejudices, mostly found in traditional language teaching, where translation had only a grammar comprehension and there was no production of the language. That is why teachers do not consider it as a factor in the second language acquisition. The direct method or natural method tries to recreate the circumstances in which language one was acquired. During this period, I personally consulted links and other social media in which I never thought I could find interesting facts about translation, such as Spotify, Twitter, and even TikTok. Besides, I interacted with my classmates and teacher in the forum, a great opportunity to change ideas and contrast opinions towards compound and additive bilingualism. We also discussed about translation competence, among other things. What I also liked about the course The teacher elicited some extra sources such as British Council articles and YouTube videos. We also challenge us through a questionnaire as a task. In general, there should always be a varied and multitask-based program. It is an attractive form of learning. Before we end, I would like to present an excerpt of the following video, 20 idioms in Spanish and their meanings. The intention of this video is to present some Spanish phrases that when they are translated into another language, in this example, in this case, English, they do not have any sense or they don't show any logic. But then the idea is the explanation of it. For the same reason, I will stop my camera for a moment and start sharing the information. There we go.
Hello everybody, my name is Holly and in today's class we're going to be talking about idioms, or in Spanish, modismos. An idiom is a group of words established by usage as having a meaning not deducible from those of the individual words. The definition of modismo in Spanish: un conjunto de palabras con una estructura fija cuyo significado no se puede deducir del significado de las palabras que lo forman. AKA, if you take it literally, it doesn't actually mean what it ends up meaning. And the cool thing about this is that every language in the world has its idioms. And as you can imagine, it gets pretty interesting when we try to translate them from one language to the next. Now, I only know English and Spanish, and I've actually created another class on English idioms for Spanish speakers. If you guys want to check that out on my other channel, it can serve as an advanced Spanish course for those of you who are ready for that. But in today's class, I'm going to be taking 20 modismos and translating them literally for you guys, just to see if you can guess what they mean before I actually explain them to you. Así que bienvenidos y comenzamos. Modismo número 1. To make yourself balls. In Spanish, hacerse bolas. This refers to getting mixed up or confused about something. You could ask, ¿Cómo te va con tu tarea de matemáticas? How's your math homework coming? Ya me hice bolas. I made myself balls. I'm confused. I already got mixed up. I don't get it. Hacerse bolas. Or the way you would use it normally, ya me hice bolas. Modismo número 2. Eaten bread. In Spanish, pan comido. You guys may guess this one because it's very similar to an idiom that we have in English. That idiom would be a piece of cake. Yes, we are talking about something very easy, very simple, something you don't even have to think about. It's a cinch. Pan comido. ¿Qué tal el examen? How was the test? Pan comido. It's a piece of cake. Pan comido. Modismo número 3. For if the flies, or...
Okay, well, just as a piece of an example, I had this one, all right? And obviously, well, there are some opinions about this one, okay? Mainly that we cannot control the forms of the language and then have it as we had it in our language one. So that's why it is recommendable to be careful about this one, okay? To continue with the presentation, well, I have the following conclusions. As teachers, we should always be more immersed into. After watching the video, we have noticed about the chapters of this anthology. Language one is a complementary part of learning. We should take care of the original forms, coincidences, and differences. Nevertheless, the abuse of it depends on the teacher's planning, as long as it is controlled and students do not question language to rules and see translation as an ally. On the other hand, the use of it becomes a friendly encounter to some students as a mean of adaptation, acquisition, and comprehension. We should create our own classroom environment and mingle with cultural elements in a respectful and open manner. We learn this in social linguistic subject. We need to be aware of our reality because of the recent events of the pandemic. Things in education have been changing constantly and requires that we make constant adjustments. In here, there is the bibliography that we use during the course. And well, finally, I appreciate your attention, teacher and classmates, and it was my pleasure to be here. Thank you very much, and see you the next time.